if you're someone who's new to StreamerBot, maybe you've just started looking into it, maybe you've been streaming for a while and you've been using Nightbot or Stream Elements or something like that, or you're coming from a console background, it can look a bit daunting, but trust me, it's not. And today I'll take you through how to download it in just a few minutes, connect it to Twitch and OBS. And the reason I'm choosing Twitch and OBS is because it is the most popular pairing. But fear not, in the future I will cover the likes of Kick and Trovo and YouTube as well. But today, the first thing we need to do is go to Streamer.bot, click on the latest stable release, and that'll give you the download in your folder. And if we go to my downloads folder, you'll see that I now have a zip file for Streamer.bot. So what you want to do is right click that, extract all, and just extract that to somewhere meaningful. Now, once you extract this, don't delete the folder because that is the program and everything to do with StreamerBot is inside there, the backups, the logs, everything else. So extract that to a path that you want it to go to that makes sense for you. Now I've done this already for this tutorial, so I've extracted it to my blank programs folder for the sake of this video. But you'll get a folder in the end that looks like this. And inside you'll find the Streamer.bot exe. So you can go ahead and open it. And once you open it, in the taskbar at the bottom, you could pin it. So you could right click the actual icon and pin it to the taskbar. Mine is already pinned, as you can see. Or you can right click the exe here and pin it to start. And what that'll do is in your start menu, when you go there every time, you'll see StreamerBot right there and you can open it from there. Okay, so once you have StreamerBot downloaded and opened, when you open it up on the main page here, you'll see the home tab is where you want to be. And the only two sections we're concerned with today are platforms and stream apps. And we're going to start with stream apps. We're going to connect it to OBS first, and then we'll connect it to Twitch after that. So you go ahead and click on stream apps, and you'll see you have a couple of options on here. You have OBS, Streamlabs, Meld, and Polypop. We do have videos coming in the future on Meld and OBS. Streamlabs and Polypop's not something we intend to cover, but if you want to see something like that, let us know. But if you go ahead and click on OBS, and you come in here, it will be blank, which is perfectly fine. So just right click, add a new connection. Call it something simple, so I'll call mine OBS 2, because I'm using my main instance to record this video. And you want to auto connect on startup and reconnect on disconnect. So basically, as soon as you open OBS and StreamerBot, they'll just connect to each other in the future, which is nice. And reconnect on disconnect, at the very odd time that you lose connection, you want it to retry. Now, I shorten this a bit because 30 seconds is a bit long to wait, especially if you're live as well. So shorten that to about 10 seconds and take note of what it says in here. So the version of the WebSocket, as this is called, should be on version 5. And then the host and the port should also these will be the defaults, so that's fine. So you can click OK there. And what we want to do then is we want to jump over to OBS. Okay, so once we're in OBS, what you want to do is go to Tools at the top, go to WebSocket Server Settings, as you can see here. Click on that. And what you want to do is enable WebSocket Server, because that might not be checked by default, and that'll just start the server every time OBS opens. And then in the server settings area, the port, for you, probably like 4455, the default port, you can probably just leave that alone. Mine is different for the sake of the video. You want to enable authentication, and what that'll do is give you a password between OBS and StreamerBot for every time that they try and connect when they're open, which is good. And then you want to click Show Connect Info. Now mine is going to be blurred here because I don't want you spying on me, watching my anime in my cozies and eating snacks. So sorry about that. But what you want to do is copy the IP address and copy the password from here, and we'll take those over to StreamerBot. So now if I jump over to StreamerBot, I can show you that. Back in here where we were setting up the connection previously for OBS, if you right click the connection, choose edit, what we want to do is fill in the details. So you can see in here, I've just filled it in there. So we paste the IP address into host, and you paste the password into the password field and click OK. And once you do that, you can try and right click and hit connect. But what will likely happen is it'll give you an error about a WebSocket server. So what you want to do is go to servers down here in the bottom left, go to WebSocket server, and start the server at the right hand side. Basically that'll just start up the WebSocket server and allows them to connect to each other. And the one other thing to remember is at the very top you'll see auto start, and what that does is that step you just did to start the server, it'll do it every time StreamerBot opens for you automatically. So if you do that, hit save at the top for good measure, and then go back to your Stream app, right click and hit connect, and you should see a nice connected status here at the top, which is nice. And at the right hand side, you should see what your current scene is as well. So it tells you at the moment mine is the camera scene, and I'm not recording or streaming. So if we go to OBS, we can confirm that, close that down. You can see here in the bottom, yeah, it is the right scene. And if I change to the gameplay scene and switch back to StreamerBot, you can see here in the top corner that it keeps track. So we are connected, and that's great. Now, the one other thing that we want to do is connect Twitch to StreamerBot as well. And that takes even less time, which is nice. So if you click on platforms, once you do, you'll see that you do have the other options. You do have Twitch, YouTube, Trovo, and Kick. And these are all very straightforward. The only one that has a few extra steps is Kick, and I'll cover that in a future video. For today, we'll focus on Twitch. So click on Twitch. And in here, the only two options that you're really concerned with is you'll see broadcaster account, and that is your main account that you're going to be streaming on. But you can also add a bot account, which is pretty cool. So I do this on my channel. So my channel is the Hooke _. Whereas the Hooke bot, you'll see in my chat, is replies to everyone, or all the messages around ads or announcements or whatever it may be come from the Hooke bot, not me. So you can set that up if you want. What I did was I set up a separate Twitch account and I made it a moderator on my account, and then I just log it in here, which is nice. But you don't have to do that. You can, by default, it'll just send every message as you. So that's not needed, but it's a nice touch because you can call your bot a funny name. No, why not? So what you want to do is come to the right here where login is, click that. And what that's going to do is if I drag this over, you'll get a login prompt like this. So just go ahead and click authorize, and you can see logged in successfully. You've been logged into Twitch. You may now close this web page. So if I minimize that and go back here, you can see I'm now logged in. So the Hooke broadcast account affiliate and I now have log out at the side. And the one other thing you can check, if we come back to the home page as well, and you go to the top corner of StreamerBot, every time you connect something, so it could be an app, it could be an account, you get an extra drop down up here. So if I click that drop down, you can see OBS Studio and Twitch are both green, which means they're connected. So we're done. We did it. And that's how simple it can be. It really is that easy. Now, if you want to get started on StreamerBot, because you're probably thinking, right, okay, Hooke, I've set up StreamerBot, but I don't have anything in it, I've got you covered. I did do a video on this very recently. So if you go to the link in the description, you'll see below, there is a video on a StreamerBot starter kit that I did. And what that'll do, if you come into StreamerBot itself, you'll see here in the actions area, I have the starter kit for zero cash tech. And what that gives us is the likes of quotes, lurk, follow age, create a clip, shoutouts, for example, common stuff that you've probably seen on other people's channels. So if you want to get that, watch the video below and it'll give you a nice input statement and takes you through how to set that up. But that'll do us today. You should be now all set up, connected to OBS and Twitch and ready to rock with the starter kit. And if you need anything else, please do let me know in the description. And there'll be more coming around the likes of YouTube as well, and Trovo and Kick if the demand is there. But thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. All the best.